Welcome to the Lost Life Scout, where we target the victims in horror movies, anime, TV shows, and music videos. I'm diving into AllHallowsEve, directed by the Terrifier, the Terrifier director, Damien Leone. And before Art the Clown was actually created, a version before performed by the original actor before David Howard Thornton. David Howard Thornton actually played Art the Clown, but the no, who actually donned the makeup of Art the Clown, which I actually love Art the Clown because Art is actually the funniest character in all of horror. A policy that a brew horror icon. The horror anthology is about a curse of VHS tape. It is well, next year will be the fourth and final Terrifier. But I will actually cover it when it actually comes out. But tonight I'm actually going to cover Terrifier. And this is All Hallows Eve. And this is actually Halloween. So this is actually good for spooky season. The anthology is about the babysitter babysitting found out that the kid that she babysitting found a VHS tape, and the three segments on the knife circle, something in the dark, and Terrifier. Oh, the Terrifier is actually the same name of the Terrifier franchise. Honestly. And drag every viewer into Art's misfits world. Now it's time for the Lives Lost Scout. The Lives Lost in VHS-born nightmare. Every scream, every sacrifice, final breath, and every tale. Let's get to the Lives Lost. The movie begins with RLJ Entertainment and Ruthless Pictures. Honestly, just like Screamboat, which is actually going to have a sequel later next year. Presented by Damien Leone, which I already mentioned that he created the Terrifier franchise. And we actually have a movie title card, AllHallowsEve. And it show everything that's going to happen tonight on Halloween. And we actually have the house playing Night of the Living Dead. And a couple kids, Tia and Timmy, eating candy. And Sarah is actually babysitting them because of her parents. Timmy actually found a VHS tape out of his trick-or-treat bag, a marked one, and he want to actually put it in, and they actually put a vote. So Tia and Timmy want to watch it. Tia vote yes. So Sarah actually said a pervert might put it in, and so it actually is just a creepy room because they might say Timmy got duped, but or the clown appear. Our clown is actually played by Micah Gillian, who actually doesn't even act anymore. He did appear in the 210 short of the same name, The Knife Circle. This first segment is Knife Circle. He abducted Casey next, but before he do that, she actually see Art the Clown while she read the book of The Knife Circle. He holding something, a horn, and she actually asked him to stop. He get to her, give her a side, and give her, and she actually give her a rose, and he laughs, and there was a bug in it. And she actually give her a needle full of drugs. Drugs. And he have demon eyes, and when she woke up, she got a chain around her neck. And we actually meet Casey and Kristen. They actually were. One of them got pulled and killed off screen, but once they gonna die and they can't actually fight now, they argue, and Sarah, she actually died, got pulled to her death at 17 minutes off screen. And this was laced with Damien Leone packaged two earlier shorts, The Knife Circle and Terrifier, featuring the frame of a new wraparound story. The producer Art the Clown. The pose of the discovering knuckle decor was discovered. YouTube story brought the cinematographer Christopher Quattro, Eric Caro, Sabu, and Satras Cabra under a micro-budget gray VHS looking style. The original actor, Mike Gray, stepped away after the 2008 short and 2013. And the shorts is The Knife Circle, Terrifier, and The Knife Circle, Terrifier, and the two shorts will be standalone. The Knife Circle, which is going to be a short, and Terrifier, which is going to be a feature-length film. Produced by Jesse Barrett, it suggests that Leone existed short around or the clown familiarized suggests with Caroline's propping Leone to direct. All and the wraparound mill and curse VHS tape. But honestly, it was actually Sarah's demise was a homage of a macro budget in 1960s. They walk free, tried to break free. Now it's killing time. At 9 minutes and 35 seconds, Kristen got her handcuffed and stabbed by Pink Man. The Pink Man was a grotesque called the Enforcer. Imposing and like that other clown the sequence of the execute that the and the prosthetic was actually shot. It was actually low budget that rigged with a macro budget that gritty and violent and Casey dodge Pigment and run free after getting cut. And honestly, she got tied up by birthday and they actually do Halloween stuff. And a pregnant woman plead not to actually get killed, but she got killed by getting cut up, and her unborn baby got pulled out of her. How the death were achieved. The prosthetic a swim blood, and then the while projecting effects, the locking were chosen in the but Casey's real death just went the abrupt end. As soon as the Ripper closed off and Satan tried, that's it. That 24 minutes and 9 seconds. They're too young and they actually she took the tape out and picked up the candy, and Timmy spit in Tia's hair and somebody's egg it on and something in the closet, and Timmy got his candy and no tape, but Tia is scared because of her closet, and Sarah love that is that clown is real. Sarah say the clown isn't real if it's not real. Now they actually watching the Night of the Living. She actually watching Night of the Living Dead. And she knows. In the next segment, something in the dark. Carolina in the house and still talking about her friends. Something in the Dark is about Carolina enter her house as peacefully. Her husband John is actually due, and while her friend's husband Bob is actually needed, while the lights start to flicker after her phone ends, and her phone won't even start, or her car, and nothing is working. So she searched for a house that John calls, and he doesn't want Caroline to go anywhere, and not working, and she heard and kicked the door, and she calls. She tried to call and scream and kick the hose, and the phone rings, and John, as she be dragged out, and she saw a painted of Art the Clown, and she actually died unknown causes at 50 minutes at 46 seconds. Her death was left a biggerless after it get caught out. But the alien is actually without violence. The alien creature that does survive is is actually portrayed by a costume creature that and told Tia, and she actually heard a noise of a closet checking. And time for the roles. Okay, bye. Honestly, all of them are indie films, shorts, and one just play indie horror projects. But the TV guest roles or shorts or background characters or Christy that played the Scarecrow is from The Walking Dead. And all of them are actually. She searched through the closet and time for the final segment, which is the same name as the movie Terrifier. And we actually meet the costume designer that later called from the house named Dee. And she actually went to the gas station that can actually honk to pump, and she knocked on the door, and here come Art the Clown, who actually hits his shit on the wall. All over the wall. The gas attendant, he actually kicked him out, and Art left with the garbage bag. But anybody know about Art's garbage bag? It actually is his signature look, because it actually, when he actually have his garbage bag, it's full of his murder tools. What happened about Art? The pump actually, and Dee says she going to New York, and that they actually heard a noise. She actually come in to get the gas attendant and tell. She actually saw Art the Clown hacking at his body at 1 hour and 29 minutes. It was practical effects that actually tied behind the scene that gore. And the location was actually New York and Long Island, and the Dill Hill Pizza that and Terrifier was actually this was actually the whole budget was. She didn't scream. She drove off and called 911, and she called in that somebody actually killed in static and Art on the side, and the phone was dead, and she almost crashed, and Art drove off. That she actually drove off, and she actually she actually see a woman with her face eaten off and hands cut off, like from the original Terrifier at 1 hour, 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Honestly, it's actually digital gore that actually was like, and the makeup is actually layer makeup that, boom. she prayed to God that she Arta was in the car, was fixing to kill her with plastic wrap. Now, she broke free at high in the barn, and she actually fell asleep, and or was digging beneath. And she ran, and she got whipped up by Arta, and she stabbed in the heart. But he not dead. And she actually got into the driver car, and he said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Just drive," and drove off. And Dee actually see Art, and Art was on tail, and he drove a tail. He actually got shot by Art the Clown at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 24 seconds. Honestly, it was actually a performer that actually does it, and they actually just do, and but she was killed off screen after she was mutilated off screen at 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 05 seconds. The production sequence, standard practical, and stage sequence using practical effects, film rigging and blocking coverage, resourceful. Honestly, it means that the actor that used it, but the design of the mutilation and use latex foam that actually do, and they label cunt, bitch, pig, and slut on the body. And honestly, Art was seen again, but the phone rang. It was a woman named Dee, and the same thing happened. It was actually the woman from Terrifier. She actually honestly, Art was on TV and it became real, and she actually got the tape out and broke it. And she heard Tia screaming as she see Art the Clown do, and the movie ends with Timmy's final death, decapitated off screen at 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 30 seconds. And the off screen was actually due, and the practical effects. And the movie ends where she was screaming, and we actually know the clown's name is Art. Have a good day, guys. How many lives lost did Art the Clown did in this horror anthology? Let's find out and get to the number. Wait, why Art? No, don't! 12 people lost their lives in AllHallowsEve. With a run time of 83 minutes, we got killed every hour at 6.91 minutes. But through each of lives for each segment. The first segment is 0.21 minutes. We got lives lost at 0.42 minutes. 0.44 minutes. And 15 minutes to 3.75 minutes. With the great acts of execution, I give it to the unnamed driver who got his shot by Art. Honestly, it's actually very funny, and honestly, if Art would actually save something, but he doesn't because he mimics, he actually doesn't even say it, like my lives lost count for Terrifier. I mentioned that he like a evil Mr. Bean. But if he actually would say it, I guess it's time for a headshot. The wimpy axe goes to none. Because, honestly, I wouldn't, because all the deaths were actually great. The traumatizing death at the end of Timmy and Tia. The deaths, and all the deaths. Even these deaths at the end of the final segment. That's it. And that's the end of October. So, to start off November off right, I'm going to start off with the Hatchet franchise. I am Nexus, William Prouty, and this has been the Lives Lost Count. Have a good day. Bye.